looks like a machine tonight.
Hey, friends, 46 seconds before the half. Cowboys are still moving the ball. And I got to say that it's a tale of two different games. The Dallas Cowboys look like a totally different team than they did last week against the Giants. Is there anybody on the team that Dak Prescott hasn't hit a pass with? I think at last count he's hit 8 different receivers, and you can't ask for much more than that. The defense has been playing lights out. That one drive down there that scored is the only thing that they've been able to muster together. I think we've had about 15 first downs. We've moved around the pocket. Dak's run for a touchdown. You know, right now they're hitting on all cylinders. So hopefully this will stop the good old bleeding and everybody talking about the doom and gloom of the Dallas Cowboys. And let's see if we can get some more points before the half. See what the flag is. The only bad thing, of course, is good old Doug Free that holding. Got a holding penalty. Penalties are still our bugaboo. I mean, Doug Free with the face mask. We're down in the goal line, basically, 15 yards. That's the kind of stuff that we've got to start eliminating. We had another one where Zeke had gotten a first down. Boom. Here it is. We get a holding penalty, and it sets us back. That's the only thing that's really stopped the Dallas Cowboys tonight has been penalties. And so here we go again with another. I believe that was Doug Free again. Or was it? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't Doug Free. That was Leary. Look at that. Hitting Dez. You know, I said that the team would come out focused in trying to right the ship. You have to admire that the way this team has come together, that nothing phases them. Dak Prescott, you know, you can't help but hear all of the talk that's been going on after this one game. But you look at that, all you idiots out there that say that Dak Prescott is just a dink and dunk quarterback, take a good look at that pass play. That ball is gone. Is at the 40-yard line? Boom. In the pocket. So I'm just sick of all of this BS that Dak Prescott is basically a nobody. You know, that was a 25-yard completion right there. That's not dinking and dunking. Okay, so he got sacked there. Defense is playing lights out. Sean Lee is getting to be unstoppable. He is my dark horse for NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Because I got to tell you, who is playing better than Sean Lee right now on defense? I mean, it may go to a pass rusher, but he's almost like an old school linebacker there. Yeah, amen, Robert, amen. We definitely got to fix those penalties because that's what's killing us. Why is Doug Free playing? Because at the moment we don't have a better option. Oh, Stephen A. Smith is crying right now. Yeah, is there any videos out at the moment? Because I'd love to see him. I definitely will have one for him tomorrow. Some people like the Stephen A. Smith videos I do. Some other people think it's kind of stalkerish, but you know, it is what it is. Boy. Okay, see if we can get a couple yards, kick a field goal. Trying to force that one to Dez Bryant, but better to throw that one out of bounds than to risk an interception. Well, Collins is just getting back from injury, and Ron Leary has just had back surgery and is on IR, so Leary is not an option. Well, the good thing is it's really difficult about beating a team 3 times in a season, as 2007 will prove, because the Cowboys were the #1 seed, beat the Giants twice in the regular season, and lost to them in the playoffs. So there's that. So maybe that's to our advantage, losing those two to the Giants. Okay, we're at the 34-yard line, 13 seconds left, no timeouts. Got time for one play to see if we can get a couple yards and get a better shot at the field goal. Seems like oh no, sorry, it's 4th down. Seems like Dan Bailey doesn't have quite as much leg tonight. I wonder if his back is flaring up on him. So he made a chip shot field goal from 27, missed the other one from 56. Yeah, can you imagine? Okay. Can you imagine if we had made that switch to Tony Romo? You know, he's got to be rusty. And this game is really important because we need to win this game to stay 2 games ahead of the Giants because they hold the tiebreaker. And Bailey missed another one. Damn. Yeah, I think Bailey. I think Bailey may still be a little injured with that back because he just doesn't seem to be kicking that far on his kickoffs. Yeah, he pulled that one. Yeah, that's 2 missed field goals. See, this game should be a complete blowout if it weren't for penalties and missed field goals. I mean, if we just converted those field goals, it should be 23-6. Had we not had to kick a field goal when we were down in the red zone there with the stupid penalties, would have been another touchdown. Hopefully those things won't come back to bite us. Let's see what Tampa Bay goes for it. All right, 3 seconds left. They're going to have to do a Hail Mary. You're right, Joe. I won't go into Tony Romo. At least I got to say this. Joe Pittman, you are actually now one of my favorites because there's so many people out there that if you don't agree with them, it's basically F you. I appreciate the fact that you don't agree with me, but you're not basically saying F you, that we can at least have a conversation. Hopefully our defense will hold them, Sarah. But here we go. Well, you never know. All right. Second turnover for the Black Sheep. I said 2 turnovers tonight. So far, hey, I'm doing okay. But you got to be happy about Dak Prescott because I think he's hit 8 different receivers, and that is making it difficult for defenses to stop you because so many guys can kill you. And you got Darren McFadden actually in there playing and doing really, not bad for somebody who hasn't worked out all season and hasn't played since last year. So, you know what? This kind of gets the team back on track. Sean Lee, I agree, Ryan, is playing like the best linebacker in the NFL right now. I can't wait to see how many tackles he has for the night because let's see if I can pull that up without losing you guys. So far, box scores. Although this isn't always that accurate. No, they don't have the stats yet on tackles because they end up going through and looking at that basically the next day to make sure because last week they ended up being short on some of the tackles and they ended up crediting them a couple more. Well, some people were ready to give up on Sean Lee because, he had the concussions last year, the knee injuries and things. But they said that basically he had been playing on a bad knee the whole time he's been in the NFL. And basically it was only about 60 or 70%. And I remember seeing him in New Orleans and realizing how fast he is. He's not your typical white guy. That dude is fast, which is part of the reason why him playing on the weak side has helped him a lot because he's not taking on the big run stoppers. The big run blockers and taking on those big hits. I don't know where Booze Daddy is. Booze Daddy is almost always here, Joe. Byron Jones, yes, he finally got his first pick. Oh, Lord, here we go. So he doesn't want to lose his job. Well, you know what? Every player out there should be playing like they don't want to lose their job because, quite frankly, you can lose your job in football. It doesn't matter who you are. If you can't play and help the team, you're out of there. I agree with you. Dak is definitely the truth. I can't tell you what's up with Terrence Williams on dropping some of those. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes you're thinking about making a move and lose focus of the ball. What I am glad to see is that Dez Bryant has been involved. He still dropped a few passes here and there, but the fact that he's involved in making catches, like I said, last week I just looked at it as right now the New York Giants are hot. Their defense is playing well, as it showed today in Detroit. Matthew Stafford only got 6 points. So it may not have been all Dak last week. It may have been just that the New York Giants are playing at home and they're throwing a mission. The thing that they have to be concerned with is that their offense is not scoring a lot of points. The only thing that beat us last week was that slant with Odell Beckham. Other than that, the Giants' offense was worse than the Cowboys. Yeah, you're right. We need to finish. Now, Tampa Bay gets the ball to start the second half. We need to shut them down, get the ball back in good field position, and get out and score and get this thing over with. I agree with you, Juan, that the holding penalties, and also the face masks, stupid plays. I mean, we can't do that. We need, if Philly beats the Giants, and we win next week, then we would win the division, and I believe lock up home field advantage. But we have to hold serve and stay a game ahead of the Giants because they hold the tiebreaker with us. I feel good about our defense going into the playoffs because right now our defense, the numbers, of course, because everybody goes by the amount of yards they give up, is middle of the pack. But see, if you listen to the broadcast, they'll tell you that, Rod Martinelli doesn't blitz a lot. And that's why I was telling you what Rod Martinelli realizes is if I blitz, I'm opening up my back end, and I don't have elite blitzers that I know are going to always get there. So if I blitz few and far between, I'll catch them off guard. But I can put more people in pass coverage and force them to basically dink and dunk, as you guys like to say Dak Prescott does, but dink and dunk the ball down the field. And the chances are, after 10, 12 plays, you're going to make a mistake or not convert a third down. And that's what this defense has been good at. Bend, but don't break. And when you look at them going into this game being ranked 5th in the league in points giving up, that's the only stat that matters on the defense is how many points you put up. So, yeah, I feel really good because right now holding Tampa Bay to 6 points, yeah, that's good. Let's hopefully we can keep it under 10 and get that statistical average down a little lower. I agree. We are literally stopping ourselves because Tampa Bay has not stopped us. NFL on YouTube, watching from Mexico. Man, we're all over the place, man. Thank you, NFL 2 MX. Looks like there's going to be a game in Mexico next year. Did I like Elliott's celebration? Well, it cost us a penalty. It was cute. I'm sure the Salvation Army loved it, but hey, still, it's a penalty. DJ Mel, I won't say that's the only way we get the Super Bowl is home field advantage because for the most part, our team has played well on the road. But we should end up with home field advantage. It would be pretty hard. I mean, basically, I think if we win this one, I think we just have to win one more, either Detroit or Philadelphia. Sandman, I don't think I have seen Wilcox out there tonight either. And it may be that they're resting him with the arm and stuff still healing. Who do I think the Rams head coach will be? I hear there's interest from John Gruden might end up being the Rams' next head coach. So you're the reason that we beat the Vikings? Lucky? Okay. Well, I say go ahead. Hey, if you're the reason, help us win them all to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I've been hearing that rumor too. That here's the thing: when your team wins, you get picked apart between free agency and coaches. It's just the natural order of the NFL. So yeah, that could be a possibility that we could lose quite a few people. With what Rod Martinelli has done with this defense, it's possible we could lose him as well as the head coach again. You'd love to be able to keep all these guys together, and that's one of the good things that's happened for this team was the consistency of the players as well as the coaching staff. But unfortunately, a lot of these guys are going to be hot candidates for next year. We could try and get JPP, but that's a big chunk of money. I'm not one that likes to have those great big free agent contracts personally. I would rather, because here's the thing: he's got the injured hand. He's been in the league for quite a while. From here it starts to go downhill. I would rather keep building to the draft and look for those middle tier guys. With the money that you pay JPP, you might be able to get 3 or 4 guys that may not be as good, but when you put them together in their totality, they may give you numbers that are similar to him. Well, you know what? That was a great catch that Odell had, without a doubt. It was a terrible pass, and he had to make a great play on it. But what people fail to remember is they lost that game. So big deal. You had a great play in a game you lost. It didn't really change the outcome of the game. And he has been living off of that play forever. Yeah, everybody's pounding on Brandon Carr. He's had his good times, good days and bad days. Where am I at, Bill? I'm in Northern Virginia. So far, so good. Let's hope the Cowboys come out in the second half with that same sense of urgency. And NFL YouTube, hopefully we're back on the MVP bandwagon after last week. You think that the Cowboys should cut Dak Prescott for the way they've been talking. I thought he pushed off on that pass play too, Space Cowboy, but they saw it differently. Malik Collins, yeah. Malik Collins, remember, he was injured through training camp, so he didn't get a lot of work. I think he will become a beast down the road. I think if DeMarcus Lawrence gets healthy, and I don't think he's been healthy all year, he's going to be pretty good. Tyrone Crawford, is going to be reasonable. But what they need is, if we have just one really good pass rusher that causes teams to focus on him, that's going to make it easier for those other guys. And all of a sudden, you'll see the sacks numbers to go up. Oh, James Brooke. Oh, man, you're just around the corner from me, man, in Centerville. And we definitely need to close out this game. Yeah, McFadden, you know what? He seems like he's got a little bit of oomph in his step there, so I'm not mad about that at all. You know what, Nick? I know you're hoping that Randy Gregory will make a splash next week, but I'm not counting on it. Who's talking about benching Dak now? Okay, Chesterfield. Hey, DJ Mel. D-line needs more pressure. Yeah. Dak for president. Okay. Alfred Morris is done. I don't know that Alfred Morris is done. The Cowboys just have an embarrassment of riches, because Alfred Morris could be starting on a lot of teams right now, and to have him basically as a third-string running back, and have Darren McFadden, the fourth leading rusher from last year, and to have Zeke Elliott, the league-leading running back, that's just crazy. The fact that we have Tony Romo as a backup is an embarrassment of riches. WW3, I agree that, you're better off cutting Randy Gregory, because I think he's a cancer. And when will Jason Witten be done? You know what? Looking at the numbers, I can see him playing long enough to get to number 2 on the list of catches. He doesn't show any sign of slowing down just yet. I mean, he's always taken great care of his body. He hasn't had the major injury, knee problems and stuff like that, and I think he's definitely going to be an option. He can still block really well. He can still get open, as old and as slow as he is, and I can see him playing at least another 2 more years. Dak definitely has his confidence, but I don't know that he lost it. I just still say that it was just a bad game all the way around for the team. And you have those games. Oh, man, you're going to insult me, WT92? ESPN, really? You want me to go down that low? I couldn't. I don't know that I could do ESPN because those guys, man, are a bunch of clowns. Yeah. Did you see? Dak. You see that play where he ran for about 20 yards? Up there. Although I could have probably done the draw there as well, with that hole that was open. But that's the other dimension that you have with a guy that's young legs. He can run the ball. He can, move around the pocket real well and buy time. And looks like we are about ready to start the second half. Let's hope we just blow them out this half. I'm looking for the defense to get another turnover and to shut them down. Okay, that was by far the best kick that Dan Bailey's had tonight. All right, guys, I will see you after the game.
We can't let our emotions get in the way. And defensively, he said Jason Witten is picking us apart. I know he's one of the best tight ends ever to play this game, but we got to get better coverage out of our linebackers now.
I'll see you guys after the game. Go Cowboys.